What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another Prize Picks NFL player props video. This one going to be breaking it down, giving you guys two picks to win some money over here on Prize Picks for this Monday Night Football slate featuring the Philadelphia Eagles, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Los Angeles Rams, and the Cincinnati Bengals. If you have not checked out Prize Picks, guys, would highly recommend you check them out. If you are a new user, you can use the promo code KJK DFS when you sign up today to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100, and you can win money off of picking the over and under on things such as players' passing yards, rushing yards, receiving yards, pass rushing, receptions, touchdowns, field goals made, passing touchdowns, so much more. All these different props. And if you enjoyed this content, would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. It's free. It takes 2 seconds to do. It does greatly help me out, guys, and I'll keep helping you guys out for free with these videos all NFL season long. If you're looking to really ramp up your game, I do offer premium content packages. There are certain things that I just simply cannot do on these videos that I can do behind the scenes in the Discord, such as sending instant alerts, my tickets as soon as I place them. These apps just keep getting better and better at bumping lines, changing lines very quickly. So it's very important that you're quick on your feet, you lock in the picks as soon as you can, and you get the best value that you can. My last video that I released, both picks got bumped. Unfortunately, it didn't go our way, but we beat the bumps. I mean, both picks got bumped an entire. Ford's rushing attempts got bumped an entire one up. Zach Wilson's pass attempts got bumped an entire one down. You know, we did our best to find the best value. The books put millions of dollars into this stuff. The fact that we were able to lock in 2 picks before they were swung an entire point is certainly an indicator that the process is right. Looking to get back on track with you guys, giving you some winners in this one. So let's talk about it a little game by game, as we always do. And the first game that I would like to discuss is going to be this Philadelphia Eagles Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. We do have some questionable tags in the later game between the Bengals and the Rams because it's not quite sure if Joe Burrow is going to play yet. So I'll have some more picks in the premium once we get confirmation on that. I'm thinking he's going to play, but for the video, there's no questions marks in this Eagles Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. So the 2 picks will be coming from this one. And the first guy that I would like to discuss is going to be the top wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles and A.J. Brown, who I'm expecting to have a big game in this one. The Eagles have a 24.5 implied team total. It's a 44.5 over under 4.5 point spread in favor of Philly. But Eagles have a massive pass block advantage in this one, a 36% pass block advantage as far as the O-line is concerned. So Jalen Hurts should have a ton of time to throw. A guy that came in as a top 4 QB last year in passer rating, 83.8 PFF grade as far as passer rating, 88.2 as far as offensive, 83.8 as far as running. All around fantastic QB, and he took a big leap last year in the passing. His first couple games in 2023 haven't been the best. He was in New England with a game with terrible weather. Last time against Minnesota looked a little bit better, and I think he could have his best game of the season so far in this one. Like I said, took a leap from a 69.2 pass grade in 2021 to an 83.8 pass grade in 2022. So a guy that came into the league always able to run the ball. But he's been a much more effective passer. And he's got a guy on the outside on A.J. Brown who's an absolute stud. Comes in as 24th right now in receiving grade on the season, but we know he's been a lot better in the past. We pull up last year's grades as far as 2022. Top 7. 7th best in the entire NFL with an 88.9 receiving grade. And they get to take on a secondary in Tampa Bay that's been bad. Bottom 10 in coverage grade, a 60.7 coverage grade for this Tampa Bay Buccaneers secondary. Good luck slowing down A.J. Brown tonight, who was able to get the job done in so many ways, but especially the deep ball. This guy is ridiculously good. We're looking at his 2022 statistics. On the deep ball, he had a 99.9 receiving grade. It quite literally cannot get better than that. That is ridiculously good. 35 targets on deep balls of 20-plus yards, 14 receptions, a 40% reception grade, 594 yards on those deep balls with a 42.4 yards per reception. So A.J. Brown, stud receiver on the outside, taking on a bottom 10 secondary in the NFL and a guy that's an absolute downfield burner as far as his average depth of target in 2022. You can see 13 average depth of target. So he's getting down the field on those targets. And then when we're looking at the top receivers in 2023, he's up there as well. Once again, I mean, they've got him listed as number 24 in receiving grade so far. But when you're looking at all these top receivers that he's paired up against as far as the average depth of target, he's up there in a significant way. Average depth of target, you're looking at 14.8. The only guys up here that are beating him, that have a better receiving grade than him, are Nelson Aguilar, who we know A.J. Brown's a better receiver than Nelson Aguilar. And then you got Tyreek Hill. So A.J. Brown, essentially the only guy that has a better depth of target than him in the entire NFL right now, that's a better receiver, is Tyreek Hill. For those of you that know Tyreek Hill, that's some pretty good company to have. So A.J. Brown getting down the field, very effective on the deep balls. He gets to take on a bottom 10 secondary, and I really do like his receiving yards prop over here on Prizepicks for that reason here tonight. Last week really had a below stellar game. There were some antics on the sideline between A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. A.J. Brown was not happy with the volume that he was getting. It was Devontae Smith's show last week against the Minnesota Vikings, who ended up with 5 targets on 4 receptions for 131 yards. A.J. Brown ended that game with not the best stat line, only putting up 29 yards. He was not happy about it. I mean, this is a team that went to the Super Bowl last year together. Him and Jalen Hurts, I guarantee, are going to be back on the same page in this week. And let's be honest, Jalen Hurts wants to keep his wideouts happy, especially a guy like A.J. Brown. I think he's going to feed him. I think A.J. Brown's going to have a fantastic game tonight. And I really do like his receiving yards prop over here on Prizepicks. 70.5. I had already sent in a value alert when he was at 68.5 to my VIP package. Unfortunately, he did get bumped. We're still looking at some juice on the over here on DraftKings Sportsbook. Still minus 135 on the over 70.5. And like I said, man, a lot of good things here in this matchup. Terrible secondary. I like the fact that he didn't have the greatest game last week, honestly. He's just fired up, passionate about the game. Nothing wrong with that. I think we see A.J. Brown once again beat this secondary down the field for a couple big plays in this one. I think he crushes this line for pick number 1. Rocking with the over 70.5 receiving yards for A.J. Brown. And then pick number 2, I got a little bit of a different prop. It's not going to really require any sort of statistics as far as receiving yards, rushing yards, all that fun stuff. It's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be the targets because on the other side of this game, the Buccaneers, like I said, Eagles minus 225 favorites, so the Bucs are probably going to have to play from behind in this one in a pretty big way. And Baker Mayfield's expected to throw the ball 30 more times, and he's got a receiver on the outside that he's really been liking in Mike Evans. We're looking at the top targets leaders in the NFL this year. Mike Evans has a 28.1% target share. He has been targeted 10 times in week 1, 8 times in week 2, and he is being targeted 9 times per game. And I really do like his targets prop. I mean, he's been one of the best receivers in the league for quite some time now. 2018, 2019 were really his prime. You could make an argument his last few years haven't been as good, but they do have a new QB under center this year. Personnel is a little bit different, Baker Mayfield, and he has really been liking Mike Evans, like I just went over. One of the top target shares in the entire NFL with a 28.1% target share as far as his entire team's targets. He's getting 28.1% of them thrown his way. Mike Evans is expected to throw the ball. I'm sorry, not Mike Evans. Baker Mayfield's expected to throw the ball, like 30-plus times in this one. And 12 receptions, 18 targets. But don't want to be reliant on the actual conversion of these plays because the Eagles do have one of the best teams in the entire league defensively, I will say. So I'm not too high on being reliant on Mike Evans to actually convert in this game. You can see Eagles top 11 defense so far. But one thing I really do like, talked about that target share, talked about the new quarterback in Baker Mayfield, really liking him. And for that reason, I really do like his receiver targets prop over here on Prizepicks. There's a good chance the Buccaneers are going to have to play from behind. You can see Mike Evans has cleared this in all of his last 5. Now, obviously, only 2 of these apply to this year, but he's averaging 9.8 receiving targets over the last 5. And like I said, he's averaging 9 targets per game on the season. So this line's simply too low, in my opinion. He's an entire 1.5 receiving targets per game over this line. The only possible concern for receiver targets really could be if the team's just expected to blow out the other team possibly and not have to throw a bunch. That is not the case in this one. Like I said, as far as the game and the spread, the money line, all that fun stuff, Eagles minus 225 favorites. It's a good chance the Buccaneers are going to have to play from behind in this one against a team that's heavily favorited. So this is a unique prop where we don't really need him to catch the ball. We don't really need him to make any big plays. We really just need Baker Mayfield to throw the ball his way. And he's shown that he really likes to do so. He's shown that Mike Evans has been his number 1 target. And with Baker and this team probably having to play from behind, do like this prop a ton here. Over 7.5 receiving targets. Eagles good defense, but we don't really need them to convert, for this prop. We really just need Baker to try to throw the ball Mike Evans' ways, and he has been all season. I think he's going to have to try to again in this one. So That'll be pick number 2. Rocking with the over 7.5 receiving targets for Mike Evans, and that will be my 2 picks to get you in some money over on Prizepicks for this Monday Night Football slate. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. If you haven't checked out the premium content packages, I'll have a bunch more picks going on over there. I know we're still waiting on that news as far as Joe Burrow is concerned, so as soon as that news breaks, as soon as we start to see some more of these lines drop, I'm sure I'm going to be all over it. Nice little 2-game Monday Night Football slate, which is fantastic. More plays, more props, more value to be had for this NFL slate tonight. So best of luck on your Prizepicks NFL player props on this Monday Night Football slate, and we will see you in the next one.